Hi, welcome to Northern Thrifters. My name is Melinda, and today I'll be doing another installment of my virtual book club. My book club pick for July 2019 was Happy People Read and Drink Coffee by Agnes Martin Lugand. This is what my copy of the book looks like. Now, this was originally written in French and translated into English by Sandra Smith. And I will say, overall, I really enjoyed this book. However, it was a super quick read. It was less than 3 hours for me to finish this book. So, I mean, if you're looking for a beach read or something to take with you on vacation, or you're just looking for something that's a super fast read, this book might be just perfect for you. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. Basically, well, it centers around the main character whose name is Diane. She owns a literary cafe in Paris and has quite a nice life. She has a husband and daughter and a great business. But at the beginning of the book, her husband and daughter are killed in a car accident. And she is left with overwhelming grief. And the grief is all-encompassing. She's not able to really function in her normal life, can't run her store, can't even go out and do groceries, just the basic things that any of us do on any given day. Eventually, she decides to just pick up and leave that life and move to a very small town in Ireland. And most of the story takes place there, kind of her trying to fit into that community. And then she has this really grouchy neighbor named Edward, and he becomes kind of a love interest for her. It's a very tumultuous relationship that develops between them, kind of hot and cold, and you know, they hate each other, they like each other, that kind of thing. The ending, I won't give anything away. It's not exactly what I would have liked for an ending, but it totally makes sense for the character. So I could see it coming, but you wanted it to be a kind of a different ending, or at least I did anyway. But overall, I have to say, I really like this book, and I'm interested. There is apparently a sequel to this book, and I can't remember what it's called. Let me just see. Where did it go? So the sequel is called Don't Worry, Life is Easy. And I'm hoping it picks up pretty much where this book left off. This one ends with Diane returning to Paris and trying to resume her life without her husband and daughter. So she goes back to working at the literary cafe. And I really hope that the sequel shows us more of her grieving process and really her growth in healing and trying to come to terms with life without her husband and daughter there. So I really hope it does kind of show more of that process and tie up some of the things that happened in this book. But overall, I really enjoyed this book. So let me know, have you read Happy People Read and Drink Coffee? Or have you read another one of her books? She also wrote Happiness Slips Through My Fingers. Have you read that book by her? I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts and opinions on that. But let me know if you've read this one, and I'll let you know what the next book that I've chosen. So my kids and I went to our public library, and I saw this one on the shelf, and I've been meaning to buy this one for the longest time. And I saw it, and I thought, well, I'll just take it out of the library. It is Chris Hadfield's An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth. And of course, this is a nonfiction, but I've been so interested in reading this book because this guy, I find him so fascinating when he's on the news or, you know, on any kind of interview show. So I'm hoping this this book is really enjoyable. So I'll read the inside, a little bit of the inside for you. It says, as commander of the International Space Station, Chris Hadfield captured our imaginations. Now, with wit and eloquence, he reveals how his impossible dream of becoming an astronaut came true. So if you're not aware, Chris Hadfield is a Canadian astronaut, and this should be just a fun book. He just seems like quite an amusing guy, and just really interesting, the things that he's been able to do in his life. So this is my choice for August 2019, and I hope you read along with me and meet me here again on YouTube at the end of August when I share my thoughts and opinions of this book. It's going to be a little hard to share opinions of a nonfiction, but I'll just share my thoughts of kind of what I got out of the book. So hopefully you'll read along with me. So before you leave, be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.